My parents tell me that when I was a small child, I displayed a lot of repetitive behavior. So I would open and close the microwave door, for instance, over and over again, or I would organize my toys and reorganize them based on arbitrary criteria. And I wouldn't actually play with them, I'd just organize them. Um, Things like this are classic symptoms of autism. So the reason I chose autism to speak about tonight is the profound way that it affects me personally and the relationships that I have. Um, so let me preface this by saying I haven't officially been diagnosed with autism. I've just done a lot of research on this before, and I've taken a lot of the tests have come back very conclusive. Um, so chances are you know someone that's on the autistic spectrum, whether they know it or not. Um, People that get labeled as awkward or shy, that's what I was labeled as shy my whole life. There's a good chance that they're probably on the spectrum. So this is your chance to learn a little bit more about them. So I'm going to talk about what autism is, what it's not, some statistics, some problems in diagnosing it, and how pop culture portrays autistic people. So, according to autismspeaks.org, autism is a developmental disorder characterized by poor social skills, speech, nonverbal communication, and repetitive behaviors. Typically, people with autism have trouble maintaining eye contact, varying their facial expressions, and making friends. Also, mental health issues are common, like anxiety and depression. There's more than one type of autism. It's a broad spectrum that includes so many different um, afflictions, from mild to severe. The severe cases require daily assistance. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, signs that almost always appear by the age of 3, but the causes are inconclusive. Some theories are in pregnancy, if women get certain infections or if they're taking certain antidepressants, that that can increase the odds of having an autistic baby, but no one really knows for sure. But we do know that vaccines do not cause autism. All the research that I did, um, Encyclopedia Britannica confirmed that among many sources. So how common is autism? It's actually more common than you probably think. According to the CDC, 1 in 54 children will be diagnosed with it, and males are 4 to 5 times as likely as females to be diagnosed. As far as diagnosing, there was an uptick in the 1990s and throughout the 2000s of new cases compared to before. And the general theory is that the reason for that isn't actually more people being autistic, it's that the standards of diagnosis have been lowered. And the other thing is, it varies from country to country, and even within countries. The threshold is very subjective. It's not an exact science. So it makes sense that if the threshold's lowered, there's going to be more cases than before. As far as treatments, there's no cure. There's only treatments of the symptoms, and it's best to catch those early. As far as the general public and how they should view it, stereotypical characters in TV and movies are always portrayed the same. Take, for example, Rain Man or Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, or The Good Doctor. All those characters are portrayed as socially inept, but they're geniuses, but they're socially inept and they struggle to maintain relationships, and they struggle with daily life. And to me, this is kind of does a disservice to people that actually have autism, because, like I said before, the range of um, the range of mild to severe, the range of affliction is so wide that they're only portraying a very small subsection of autistic people. And it's a little bit offensive to make jokes about a medical condition that's outside people's control as well. To review, I discussed pop culture, statistics, I described what autism is, what it's not, and the treatments. And I debunked the myth of vaccines causing autism as well. As far as the conclusion, for me personally, the fact that I operate under the assumption that I am on the spectrum does a couple things for me. It allows me to have closure in my life, because before I was always described as awkward. It allows me to accept who I am. That's the best way to describe it. Whereas before I struggled to do that. Anyway, thank you for listening.